What's going on, guys? Obviously, it's CaptainObviouzX. I got another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary for you guys today. Today's gameplay is some domination on the Wub Wub map. I forget what the map name for this game is because it usually shows up in the beginning of the gameplay, but I didn't record that portion. So I'm just going to call it the Wub Wub map because this is where they play dubstep in the club. And I usually refer to it as the Wub Wub map anyway, so... I got some domination on the map Wub Wub, and I'm using the Type 25 with a red dot sight, a foregrip. And we're playing some intense domination here. It's a really, really awesome gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy watching it. I got it about a day after Black Ops 2 came out. I got a full ground war party rocking here. I think Drifter's in there. I got a few other guys in there who we play with. And it's a good, entertaining game. I hope you guys enjoy watching it because I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more in today's video. Now, I think before in Battlefield 3 I actually made a video talking about this topic, and I'm thinking I'm going to make it again and talk more about Call of Duty this time. I mean, last time when I made a video about this topic, it was back in Battlefield 3 during Project PTFO, and it was during a practice match that Drifter and I had with a few other guys when we were actually on the same team for Project PTFO. And that topic was tough games and things that actually make video games fun and enjoyable. Now, for someone like me, who I like to consider myself a good player at the game, and when I go up against an enemy team who has prowess at the game, who is proficient at the game, who knows what they're doing, things like that, that's when I feel like a gameplay is extremely fun and entertaining. I mean, would you guys rather see a gameplay like this, where it's always high action, stuff going on at the B flag all the time, or would you rather see a gameplay where I'm just running around killing people in their spawn or things like that? I mean, personally, when I watch a gameplay, something like this is what exactly I want to see more often than something where the enemy, where the player I'm watching is just going around the enemy team's spawn and just raping them with kill streaks. I just think that this is a lot more entertaining. I hope you guys feel the same exact way because you're going to see a lot more of it in the future. I mean, I have a lot of my gameplay that's really competitive because this game seems like it's a little bit more competitive than other Call of Duty games. I mean, I feel like there's better players in this game. I mean, after playing Black Ops 2 for the first few days, I thought to myself, did the Call of Duty community just get instantly better at this game? I really did think about that. I mean, for some reason, there's just better players in this game. I mean, I can contribute some of it, definitely, to skill-based matchmaking now. I mean, I'm definitely getting paired up with good players. I mean, back in Modern Warfare 3, the players I played against really were not that great. But now I'm playing against some actually decent players who know what they're doing, which is, I guess, a nice change of pace, but I really do miss the pub stomping that I used to do in older games. And combine the fact that I'm having a lot of lag issues, and the fact that the players are better, is really making my time currently in this game difficult. But for some reason, back when the game was initially released, I was not having too many issues. But over time, they started showing up, and I really was experiencing some bad times in the game, which hopefully is fixed soon, but I can't say anything about that yet. Now, what I thought I'd talk about in today's video is talking about some team-based aspects of the game, and really focus more on the more strategic part of Call of Duty. And there's, oh, wait, Call of Duty, no strategy, pah, team-based gameplay. What are you talking about, Captain? I'm talking about, actually, there is team-based gameplay in, Call of Duty. People really like to stereotype this game in saying that there's no skill involved, there's no teamwork involved, and of course there is. There's no denying the fact that definitely when you're playing the game, there has to be some sort of communication going on with your teammates. I mean, look up in the upper left-hand corner underneath my watermark there. You can see the the mics going on and off constantly. We're constantly talking about where the enemy team is coming to, where they're attacking, things like that, and it really makes the game go smoother. It lets us know exactly where the enemy team is. It makes it more fun because you're actually, winning the game, and you're talking with your teammates, which for some reason makes it a whole lot more enjoyable than when you're alone. God forbid you actually play with a team, guys. And, sometimes I don't play with a team. It's kind of hypocritical of me to say that. But definitely, playing with a team is a whole lot more, fun, entertaining, and just rewarding than playing solo, which really is it's a thing that I like to do in the game, but sometimes team-based play is a lot better. Now, especially in Black Ops 2, I feel like team-based play is more, it's more required than other Call of Duty games than they have been in the past. I mean, now in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I feel like the kill streaks or the score streaks are a lot more difficult to earn. For many reasons. I mean, number one, you're dying faster than you did back in Black Ops 1, which definitely is noticeable. I mean, the weapons do a little bit more damage than they did back in that game, but there's still a little bit less damage as compared to Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Also, the emphasis on the objective is a whole lot more, prevalent in this game. So no matter where you go on the map, there's always going to be an enemy player who is defending an objective, who is trying to capture an objective, or just overall trying to control the map around that objective, and trying to make sure their team can have the right spawn locations, can have the right, flow of the map, control it, so they control the enemy teams going, and they can sort of dictate how the map and how the game plays out from their perspective. So I think this emphasis on teamwork and the objective in Black Ops 2 really has shifted this series away from more of a solo game to more of a team-based game. That's why I like to get a team of subscribers in this game whenever I play it, because when you play with a team, you're rewarded a lot more with those score streaks. I mean, you get points for everything in this game now. You get points for UAV assists, for counter UAV assists, for orbital VSAT assists. You get points for standing on a flag and killing somebody. You get points for killing somebody around a flag carrier. There are so many things you get for points, so many ways you get points in this game that have to do with teamwork, that there really is no denying the fact that playing with a team is just a whole lot more, I would say advisable, but I really wouldn't say that, because there's some people who still feel like they play better without a team. I really would say more along the lines of, preferred. Because when you play with a team, you definitely are playing better. You're getting better kill streaks. You're getting, more points just because you have a team who knows what they're doing, and they're helping you get those points, which really does help you out in the long run. Because when you have somebody on your team who, likes to go for the objective and you're supporting them, you'll get points for supporting them. But if you have players on your team with a bunch of randoms who don't go for the objective, you just missed out on 200, 300 points because you can't support them, because they really aren't putting forth the effort to allow you to support them, which is something that is prevalent in games such as Call of Duty, because people always like to go lone wolf. But now that they have the emphasis on objective play and teamwork, it really has shifted the tone away from the solo mentality and kill streak mentality over to the preferred way that I like to play, of objective-based gameplay and getting your points and kill streaks off of that with teamwork. Now, there always is some sort of downside to teamwork. There has to be a downside to anything. There always has to be the opposite of what someone believes. There's always some belief out there, some strategy, some tip out there that somebody has that always has to have one downside to it. And in the case of teamwork, it really boils down to the actual players on your team. You have to dictate, who is on your team. You have to decide who has the best strengths for, the certain game type you're playing. I mean, this is getting a little in-depth here. It's getting a little intense for, normal pub matches. But when you go over to MLG and game battles, that's really when you have to choose who is stronger at this certain game type. I mean, in a normal pub match, I can play with a, ragtag group of kids, and we can, more than likely win all of our games. But if I got to get this ragtag group of kids who really just do not have, specific strengths and weaknesses in certain game types, we would get destroyed in a competitive environment because we weren't playing to explore their strengths and weaknesses. That's why sometimes the organization of a team is extremely, extremely important. I mean, I have some people who I have played with in the past, especially Battlefield 3, who I know are very good players and who I know I play very, very well with. So that's why in older Battlefield gameplay commentaries that I would make, you would see the same people in my squad constantly, because I know who I like to play with. I know who is a good player who complements my skills and how I complement them. So find people like that in your normal gameplay really will make your time in this game and any other game in general a whole lot better, just because you found those 2 or 3 guys who really you can rely on, and who they can trust you back, which really makes a difference in this game when playing with a team, because just the fact that you have people you rely on gives you sort of a confidence level that you really wouldn't have in another game type or another team that you have organized. Definitely I've run into times where I can't trust my team to do anything right. And when I'm with a team such as this in this gameplay right here, I'm trusting my team is watching my back. I'm trusting my team is watching the flanks, carrying the flag, capturing objectives, things like that. But just when I'm with a random team, I don't have the trust that is required to be on, with an organized team. And that's where the fact that these organized teams that you guys organize yourselves, and you know who's on the team, and you know for a fact that they are good players, that's where that advantage comes in, because you can trust them. Random teams, you really cannot trust for them to do the right thing, and it shows a lot in gameplay, definitely. I mean, I get killed from behind a lot when I'm playing the game, and my team is like everywhere around me, behind me. But for some odd reason, the enemy player can just sneak around through us and get me. I mean, sometimes when I'm playing with an organized team, that would never really happen, because I know that they're watching my back, I know that they're, you know, watching the flanks, things like that. But when I'm with a random team, it really does not play out that way, which is unfortunate. So for today's response to my video, I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on teamwork and where its place is in Call of Duty, whether or not it has more positives or negatives, and, you know, back it up with some sort of, you know, self-experience, things like that. Let me know what you guys think about this topic. I'd love to hear it. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up rating. That helps out a lot. Follow me on Twitter. The link is down in the description. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.